as he was passed up by so many teams 2, 3 times in the draft, it got to a point where you were just saying, just any team, somebody grab him. Don't matter where he goes, just a team draft him. It ended up being the Cleveland Browns. And the first thing I thought, this is the worst franchise he could have went to. But you're so caught up in just wanting to get him drafted, you ain't think too much of it. Just, okay, he's get drafted, let him fight his way through. Maybe he can, get that starting spot. You would think it shouldn't be a problem. With the quarterback trouble they've been having for decades, even though you got Deshaun Watson over there, which, he's out, of course. Pickett, right? They drafted Dillon Gabriel. You got old man Joe Cool, I guess you want to call him, Flacco. And you got a young, hungry Shedeur Sanders on the team waiting for his opportunity. And you sit back and you wonder, is he ever going to get that opportunity? But let's go back to this Cleveland Browns team I was talking about when he got drafted. I was thinking this is the worst situation he could go to. But like I said, you just want him to get drafted. You weren't thinking too much of it. But this is a franchise that's known for not handling their players the right way, wasting talent. Organization is a cartoon episode. Not good at handling business or talent. I mean, they paid Deshaun Watson. How many times we mentioned that? Hell of a hefty contract when the man didn't show anything at all and he had all this stuff going on. They were desperate. Now they're looking at that money getting flushed down the toilet. How many quarterbacks this franchise has had that turned into nothing? Depleted quarterbacks. We're talking about the franchise of the paper brown bags. Over their heads. We already had the statements from the owner. You know how he feels about it. You already heard that he's fighting for reps in training camp. 5th round. 144th. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Anybody with some sense know that this guy should be starting beginning of this regular season if they was putting him in position. They're putting him in position to fail. That's what they're doing. Wanting him to go out there in preseason and fall all over his feet. That's what they want him to do. That's what they're hoping. But he's competitive. He's got some fire in him. He's going to try to use that and basic knowledge to go out there and make the right reads and the right throws with what he's working with. Just off instinct. And hope that comes through for him. But long as he's on this team and it keeps getting drawn out throughout this season, you have to think and believe he will get an opportunity. But man, is he against it? He's against it. But he's going to stay focused. He understands the task at hand. He already knows what he's working with. He knows what people's hopes are for him. To fail, majority of them, to fail. He has to stay headstrong. I'm going to play something real quick. This is Mad Dog. Basically stating, off of First Take, I'm not going to play the video because you don't know with these things. I'd rather just play the audio, be on the safe side. Basically, Mad Dog is saying, Shedeur Sanders, if he wins the job, he will be the starter. If he plays well, he outplays Pickett, he outplays Gabriel, Flacco, whoever, Deshaun Watson, whoever's on the team, if he outperforms them, he's going to have the spot. All he got to do is play well. Know the playbook. Basically stating that he don't have nothing against him. It's just all about his performance. I don't know what it is with Mad Dog or what Mad Dog is thinking, but it looks like he's got a severe case of rabies making these kind of statements. Unless he's just blind or don't know what the hell's going on. But it's clearly not just on Shedeur Sanders' talent. If it was on his talent, he'd have been drafted in the first round. So we're going to listen to Mad Dog basically saying that Shedeur Sanders got an even playing field. All he has to do is play well, and he'll have the spot. Let's check him out.
Mad Dog?
First off, who cares what round he's drafted in now? Unitas was cut
went to the Colts, best quarterback ever.
now.
Brady was a 5th or a 6th round pick. Who cares? He's one of the greatest quarterbacks. Montana wasn't a 1st round pick. Shedeur Sanders right now has ample opportunity on a team that has no quarterback, that has a great history, that needs a quarterback in a worse way. And if he's good and if he earns the job, he's going to get the job. All right, so, I mean, they're not going to not give him the job because he was a 5th round pick and Dillon Gabriel's better. If he's better than Dillon Gabriel and he's better than Pickett and he's better than Flacco, he will start on a team that is starved. They haven't been to a Super Bowl. On a team that is starved, on a city that is starved for a winner, that hasn't had a quarterback in a long time. If he plays well, that includes preseason, he's going to get a chance.
Rookies Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders primarily led the backup units. Sanders, the team's 5th round pick, is the only quarterback who has not taken snaps with the first team offense. The only one. Because he's a 5th round pick, or he's just the last quarterback on the depth chart. They intertwine, maybe because of both. Or they're trying to stick it to primetime Deion Sanders. Or they just don't like this family in general. Or he just ain't talented enough. Or they had no intentions of keeping him anyway. Or they're looking forward to getting rid of him as soon as possible. Could be any of those things. But I know one thing. If this man has an opportunity to get off this team, his best bet is they cut him, whatever. Get him off the team. Because I believe another team out there will pick him up if they just cut this guy. That might be his best bet, getting off the Browns. Because it looks like this thing is going to turn bad each day. Each day.